Alright guys, Rich here from the RC Network, and this is going to be a quick little unbagging and install of some stealth body mounts that I picked up from BlackstarHobbies.com. Now, I wanted to get these stealth body mounts somewhat quickly, so I had to source them somewhere in the United States to get them in just a couple of days. Well, I went to BlackstarHobbies.com, and they were actually able to send them to me within 2 days to my doorstep from Florida, where Blackstar is located at, all the way to California, where I'm located at. So, of course, you can get these a little bit cheaper overseas, but there's some additional shipping costs if you want to get them quick. And if you don't, it's about a 6 to 7 day shipping time from overseas. So I needed these quite quick because I want to get a new body installed on my Sakura D3 counter steer that you see there off to the left. And these stealth body mounts should do pretty good on this particular vehicle. So they're somewhat of a universal fit, so they may not fit every application out there, but they can fit a lot of them. So I'm going to go ahead and get these things installed towards the end of this video and show you what it looks like so you don't have to drill any holes in your body and have a very scale look to your vehicle without the body post kind of, peeking through with body clips and whatnot on top of the body. So these were $16 from BlackstarHobbies.com. Like I said, you can probably find them a little bit cheaper out there overseas, but wait time there. So I needed these quite quick. So inside they come in this kind of hermetically sealed bag, kind of like the Proline bags where you have to kind of rip off the top, and then it has like a stay fresh little Ziploc bag in here. And let's see what we get inside here. So I'm going to kind of spread all this out here on the workbench. So lots of aluminum pieces. You can choose from all sorts of colors that at least Blackstar offers. I believe there was blue and purple and red, silver, and then I chose the black just to kind of keep it somewhat stealth, and I kind of going with a pink theme on the Sakura here. So they didn't have pink, didn't want to do purple or blue, so black was my next option. So they do give you somewhat of some instructions here. Looks like some color copied instructions, but basically tells you how the front mounts, the rear mounts, and then what it somewhat looks like on the car once it's complete. So nice that they're including that, so you don't have to guess. It does include some hook and loop fastener here. There were some that actually didn't include it, so it's kind of cool that they're actually including this. Looks like there's plenty for the pieces right there to mount onto. Next thing here, bag of hardware with, of course, washers, and looks like you got some lengthy screws, 16 millimeter and maybe 12 millimeter. So not too bad. And then, of course, all the pieces here. So you're going to have the rear body mount, I believe, the front body mount, or the cross member, I should say, a variety of posts and other things here to get you going with your body mounts. Now, the cool thing that on some of these, or actually all of the posts here, they have this kind of etched in finish here that actually has what size or how much length you're putting out from the body, which is really cool. So one thing that I needed on my particular car here was, especially on the rear, I needed it to really get some length out to miss the rear window of the car. So these are definitely going to help me achieve that, so I don't have through the rear window you'll be able to see the body mount. So let me get these things installed and I'll be right back. Alright guys, and I'm back now, and it was a little bit of trial and error to get this thing to really function on the D3 from Sakura. So I went ahead and I did a little customization, and I flipped some things around to make everything work, but I got it all installed, and all in all I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. It would have been really nice if it was just a plug and play type application, but I do understand that they're trying to make this to appeal to the mass versions of different drift and scale cars, so I definitely understand that. I did have to use some of my own hardware and also some of my own spacers to make it all work in the end, but let's go ahead and go through some of the things I had to do to make it all work, and we'll kind of go from there. So typically you'll see the wide version, this is the wide version on the rear, and the thinner one on the front. Well, I actually had to flip it. The Sakura actually has a very wide front body post, and I had to kind of make it up as I went and use some different spacers and whatnot I had in the shop here. So you'll see here, typically you're going to find that this kind of angled bracket right here will go all the way up to the post. Well, I had to use kind of these aluminum spacers I had on hand and kind of figure out, you know, exactly how to do it. Also had to use my own hardware that was long enough to stretch all the way to thread into this angled piece right here. So, but that got it to work. When you do mount these, you can cut the plastic post shorter than you want. These are adjustable up or down with just that little set screw. And then also take into consideration the thickness. I know it's only about 1 millimeter or 2 of the Velcro when you're setting your body height. I kind of set my body height, had to readjust once the Velcro was taken into consideration. On the back side here, this one was probably the easiest to set up because there's so many different, different micro adjustment items. But the cool thing, well, actually on the Sakura here, this is where you're supposed to mount your body mounts. I mounted them all the way inboard, actually on a shock position, which I'm not going to use, and I still have plenty of clearance here on the shock. So mounted it inboard, and then just use these little micro adjusters to adjust up, down, and sideways. So, but all in all, I used the thinner one, and I actually mounted it on the outside, and then just put some lock nuts on the inside to tighten everything down. So the threaded part is actually on the angle portion, and this little kind of round square piece in there is just hollow, no thread. So had to kind of reverse that and kind of rethink how I was going to do that. But all in all, everything worked out good. I am not going to debut the body yet. You will see that in a future update. If you haven't already checked out some of the videos from the Sakura D3 counter steer build, definitely check those out. I'll put a link in the video description to the playlist that I have set up so far. But that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little update on some stealth body mounts. I think they're definitely worth the price. Had some leftover hardware here, which definitely will go back into the pit bag, into my screw organization little kit, and that's it. So any questions on down below, and as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.